Hey guys, I'm here again with Alissa, and we are kind of in the midst of sort of a double-sided interview to talk a little bit about the importance of getting a diagnosis of dementia when that's present and things to expect, and really just kind of seeing where this conversation goes. So in the last video, we talked about the importance of getting a diagnosis, about how if you're starting to see some of the red flags of cognitive impairment, that it's important to see your primary care physician to rule out other kind of reversible causes of cognitive impairment. And then if everything's looking kind of normal, then it's worthwhile to go to that next step and see the specialist, see the neurologist, to try to get that diagnosis. So what the neurologist is going to say is there dementia or not? They may say, there's mild cognitive impairment, and I've got a video earlier in the video series about what mild cognitive impairment is and the difference between that and dementia. But what we haven't gotten into yet is the different causes of dementia. And what I'm referring to really is neurodegenerative diseases that cause dementia. So Alzheimer's disease being the most common form of dementia, but there are other ones like Lewy body dementia, frontotemporal dementia, and the list goes on and on and on. So I think in honor of sort of International Alzheimer's Disease Month, maybe we could focus a little bit about Alzheimer's disease, what that looks like from the clinical side, and also what it looks like when someone with Alzheimer's disease walks into your door.
Right. It's like yin and yang. They go together because once that disease exists, unfortunately, it's not going to go away. And there comes a point where the journey from, at least in my experience, now, so the doctor and the all of the medical team involved, they've given you the, I hate to say it, but the not so great news. And I'm curious, is there any medication or magic bullet that is going to cure them or stall it?
I hope that we get to look at this video a few years down the road and laugh at my answer, but unfortunately, as of what's today, September 14th, 2018, there's not a magic bullet. The good news is there are numerous clinical trials that are going on. We understand a lot about the underlying mechanisms behind the disease. We don't yet know what sort of that initial seed is that causes everything to happen, but we've got a lot of targets for treatment, and there have been a lot of failed trials, and that's led to a lot of disappointment. Every time it seems like we think we've got it, and then the results are underwhelming, and it causes the researchers hopes to be like a roller coaster, but these things get into the news too, and there are tons and tons of people out there that either have dementia, have Alzheimer's disease, or have loved ones with Alzheimer's disease that hear about, oh, the next drug's around the corner, just wait for it, oh, it didn't work. And so it sends everybody on an emotional roller coaster. There's not a magic bullet today. There's not a cure today. Right now what we do is try to treat symptoms. And we do have different strategies to do that. And it's important to understand which kind of dementia we're dealing with so that we know what sort of symptoms to expect going down.